Right, well, good morning from a very sunny Bolton, and it's just gone 7 o'clock. I'm going out of the woods for some breakfast and a chill out, and I decided to come early because it's going to be not far off 100 degrees today. So just thought I'd get out for a few hours, chill out, have something to eat, gather my thoughts, and then make my way back home and then get on with the rest of the day. So we'll catch up with you a bit further down the line. I'm just going to walk down to the woods now. Adios. And here we are, back at the old subway. And I've not been down for quite a while, and it's good to see all this growth. It's ground was virtually flat last time I came down. And what a beautiful day. God. So let's get through here. Oh, nice and cool in here today. In fact, this little stretch of the subway here will probably be the coolest that I'm going to experience today. It's going to be real hot. And here we are at the end of the subway. Wow. So let's just have a quick look down into this the landslide area. Absolutely dense with trees and leaves, as you'd expect. So time to get on, because it's going to get remarkably hot really soon. So onwards. And here we are, down at the woods. And we've entered on a north-facing path. And as you can see, despite everywhere else being dry as a bone, as you'd expect, it's really damp here because the sun's not been able to get at it. So, whoa. The last time I was here, all this was completely open. And I came here this time last year, and there was virtually no bird song at all. And there's quite a bit today, which is good. And I just saw a bird as I entered the woods that I'd never seen before, with yellow wings. Never seen anything like it. But it was an amazing sight for a few seconds. So just going to go and try and find a spot to sit down, get the kettle on, and have a brew and some breakfast. Bloody amazing. Right, so let's continue. Right, so I thought I'd just cut through this opening. There's something of a Mad Max style bushcraft camp here. It's still here, good to see. And it's like somebody's been making a rocket stove there inside this little lean-to. And the clay oven that they made is still intact. I don't know if it doesn't look like it's been used ever. So not a bad spot this, really, to be honest. So I'm going to walk around some more, and then if I can't find a decent spot, I might just come back here and have a brew because it's already set up. So let's go and explore. And just before I move on from this spot, one of the reasons I came down here was I found some English black flint the last time I was here, and managed to find some more. And you can't really see a great deal on it at the moment. It needs a cleaning up, but it's really good quality flint, this, for flint napping and lighting fires. So I'm just going to get that in my rucksack and continue on. Right, so we've come off the main track and just going into the thick of the woods, just to have a look round really, see if I can find anything of any interest, see if I can find any spots that might be good for future wild camps, and generally just get to know the woods really. And as I've mentioned many times in videos when I've visited this place before, lots of Himalayan balsam about. Some of this stuff like 7-8 foot tall. And we're back out onto one of the paths now. So I'm tempted. Let's take a right turn and go up this way for a bit. So I've just found, just come off the path again, what looks like a Victorian made pump house. There's lots of old water pumps and old Victorian engineering in this area, and you can hear the water inside it. It's only a little thing about 5 foot high, and on the roof it's got a Himalayan balsam, loads of it. So I've never actually seen this before down here. You always find something new when you get off the beaten paths in these woods. And I had to come off the path anyway. It's way too damp to walk on, and I've only got a pair of hiking trainers on today, so I thought come off the path, and I'm going to go up this way, see if you can find a good place to stop. Right, so I've just come out of these rather dark and damp woods into this big clearing here, and it's nice to be back in the sun again after just walking half a mile in damp darkness, although even that in itself was a great thing. So let's get a move on. So we've got a really busy day today. Doing a bit of research work when I get home, and then making some cider, doing some cooking, doing some gardening. There's absolutely tons of stuff to do this time of year, so just have a chill here, and then I'll make my way back and get on with the rest of the day. I just want to show you this large outgrowth of Japanese knotweed there. It's a big one, that. And just look at this, absolutely beautiful. This is a combination of there's dew on the grasses with the sun shining off it, and then got this little spider's web here. Isn't nature amazing? Truly amazing. So before I get burnt to a frazzle, let's go and find a brew site. And one thing I've noticed walking across this path, it's not too far from the riverbank. There's quite a lot of willow here, and I guess this has happened basically when stems of willow have snapped off during storms, floated upstream, and rooted themselves on the banks. But there was about a dozen up there. They seem to be thinning out now, but there's a fair few, quite mature as well. So still a little bit soggy here, but a lot better than what I was walking on before. And that looks to be, I'm not 100%, but that looks like a giant hogweed over there. It's a bit unusual really. It's in this dark, damp place. It's probably why it's not doing so well foliage wise. But this Himalayan balsam's everywhere this year, absolutely everywhere. so let's carry on. And stopped at the Mad Max bush campsite, and we've just got a little fire going there ready for a brew with the old trusty ferro rod. So time to chill out for a bit. Right, so struggle with the fire a bit, but to be honest, I'd rather make the fire in somewhere that's fairly damp in the woods than somewhere that's bone dry, for obvious reasons, to stop the chances of fires developing. And it is really damp here because it's got quite good canopy cover. So fire's going for a brew and some porridge. All's good. Come back to you soon. And there we have it. Brew's ready. Time to chill out. And on today's breakfast menu we have muesli porridge with it's got a few black currants and a few blueberries out of the back garden. That's almost ready. So time to kick back for a few minutes. And a lot of the times when I come down to these woods, I come down to gather my thoughts, to think about stuff and to chill out. And well, sometimes it's good to come to somewhere beautiful and wild like this and not think about anything, not to think about anything at all. And in some ways it's no bad thing to empty the mind of the nonsense of civilization and modernity. And there's an awful lot of it happening at the moment. The world's not in a great place, and I've done all my worrying about it. I'm not saying that I'm going to stop worrying, but it's time to really think about well-being, think about personal well-being, collective well-being, and having my breakfast, of course. And here we are, all packed up. I've had a brew, had breakfast, and spent quite a bit of time putting the fire out because it is, even though, as I say, it's not massively dry here, it is quite damp. It's better to make sure, so I smothered the flames with ashes, and then I emptied the remnants of my brew and a litre of water that I bought with me. And there's absolutely no smoke whatsoever coming off it, so that's fairly safe to leave. And rucksack's all packed up, and it's time to move on and get on with the rest of the day. And it's just been great coming down here, and as I say, thinking about nothing really, and feel quite energised actually, not to sound too hippie. So yeah, let's get a peg on and let's get on with everything I've got to do today. So we'll bid a farewell to the Mad Max bushcraft camp. And hit the path. Or Himalayan balsam in here, even though it's quite dark. It makes maximum use of whatever light's available. Right, so let's move on. So we're not far from the path now, which is the exit to the woods. Predictably, it's getting noisier with people on the way to work and doing the daily business. So we're just going to look for a dry bit that we can get down onto the road. There's a little opening there. So as per usual, folks, anybody who's took the time to watch this video, thanks enormously. It's really appreciated. And as I keep saying at the end of many of my videos, if you're into outdoor skills, permaculture, and basically trying to find ways to create a future that's based on well-being, cooperation, looking after each other, looking after the planet. It doesn't get much more simpler than that. So it's over and out from me, and one love, good people. Enjoy the rest of your summer. Over and out.